All right. Holy smokes. It's been like forever since I had a 790. 8 weeks. But we're back, baby. I'm on a test ride. Just got all my parts put on. And yeah, I'll tell you the story right quick. I don't want a big bash session on the KTM or the dealership. I don't think it's KTM's fault, but going for a little test ride. Got the KTM 790 back in the mix. A little cruising around. Got my microphone wired back up. So basically, I'll tell you the whole story as fast as I can. I was out riding the trail. Just got done shooting a video. And the chain guide came off and went around and slammed into the sprocket protector. It broke the shifting rod. I didn't have tools at the time, and I thought, hell, I don't even have 600 miles on this bike. I'm gonna tow it right to the dealer. So I have it towed to the dealer, and it's the only KTM dealer in Vegas, which is kind of stupid, especially when they act like a monopoly. But let me just say up front, I don't think KTM's the problem. They essentially, when I took it to the dealer, they essentially told me 2 weeks before they could look at it. I'm like, all right, that's fine, I'll leave it here, you know. 3 weeks in, they're like, yeah, we looked at it and we ordered parts. Okay, like 5 weeks later, like, yeah, we're still waiting on parts. 6 weeks in, we're still waiting on parts. It's the shift rod, it's back order. We're waiting on KTM to, you know, send us one out. 6 weeks in, you know, mind you, my bike's been there 6 weeks, and I put it in to do the 600-mile service and to check the rear tire. The rear wheel leaks. It doesn't hold air, so if it sits for like 7 days, it's damn near empty. Okay, well, like, so did you do the 600-mile service? They said no. Well, did you look at the tire? No. Well, why not? Well, because we can't do that stuff until we get all the parts, because then we can't test ride it. So they're trying to say that it's okay for the motorcycle to sit at their dealership for 7 weeks because it's too inefficient for them to like work on any of the other stuff because they can't like complete it, which is like pretty stupid. And the manager, like, he just tries to convince me over and over that all shops run that way. And because I can't get one part, they're not doing any work on it. Even though it's $1,000 worth of work, they're waiting on doing that because of a $40 part. Totally stupid. So basically, my bike was there for 7 weeks, and they didn't do anything. It was sitting outside, and it was dirtier than it was when I dropped it off. So I started looking online, like, I can get the shift rod. It's $40, I can get it. There's like 2 companies that have it. I ordered it from Rocky Mountain ATV. I'm in Vegas. They have it to me in 2 days. So like, I go and I pull my bike out. I'm like, you guys can't help me. You're not getting anything done. Basically, they couldn't do anything. Well, the one I ordered from the one company, and they said it's out of stock and it won't be in until January. And this is like early November, right? November, mid-November. So I know that dealership, they're just gonna they're not gonna say, oh, we can't get this part till January. They're just gonna let my bike sit there, because they've let it sit there for 7 weeks, so they're about to let it sit for another 7 weeks, which is like okay to them, not a problem. Tried to convince me it's not a problem. That's all how all shops work. It's like bullshit. They were bullshitting me the whole time, trying to tell me they can't check the oil levels on the 600-mile service until they ride it. Like, all this bullshit. I went up there and I pulled my bike out. I had it towed out of there because I couldn't ride it, because I couldn't shift because of the shift rod. Brought it to my house, got the shift lever, ordered some other stuff, the chain guard, the chain guide, I should say. I ordered, and I just ordered an aftermarket sprocket protector, sprocket cover. All the parts, basically OEM parts, are like 40, 80, not even $100. I guess I spent a little more because I bought an aftermarket sprocket cover that's close to $100. So I basically ordered all the parts from Rocky Mountain ATV, besides the aftermarket sprocket cover. But yeah, I just did it all myself. Like, and I just think that it's crazy that my bike is there for 7 weeks. And it's crazy that they didn't do nothing to it for 7 weeks. And there's about $1,000 worth of work there. Because of one $40 part. And then it's crazy to think that this manager thinks it's acceptable to have my bike there for 7 weeks. He says that's normal. He tried to blame COVID, like he had a bunch of KTM techs out. Bullshit. And then he tried to say that he can't get parts because of COVID, which is bullshit. Now I know that this shift rod was on back order from KTM, but you should tell me that it's back order and it's going to take 7-8 weeks. Don't just keep my bike there. Because you should call me up and say, you know what, this part's on back order until January. 8 weeks, 10 weeks, 12 weeks. What do you want to do? And I want to know, does people think that's acceptable? Do people think leaving your bike at a dealer for 7 weeks is acceptable? You think that's normal service? They're the only KTM dealer in Vegas. They're pretty much useless. So here's the after story. I pull my bike out, I have it towed out. I write a review on their Google saying they're basically useless. They had my bike for 7 weeks and didn't do nothing. Then the guy calls me up the next day, the manager calls me up the next day and asks if they could put a used shift rod on so they could do the warranty work. I'm like, how long is it going to take? You know, is it going to take 2 weeks before you can look at it again? And he got all bent. He didn't even answer the question. He couldn't tell me how long it would take. I'm like, come on, bro. No, I'm not doing it. I said, no, I'm not doing it. So I made the executive decision to buy my own parts and do the work myself, even though KTM was going to warrant the work. KTM cleared it and everything. But like, what am I supposed to do? Wait another 15 weeks for them to do the work? I was like, no way. Even though KTM chose to do it, I just did it on my own. And then of course people were like, oh, you should get them to pay for the chain. You should get them to, like, dude, I can't even get them to do the work. You talking about get them to pay for it, they won't even do the work. But I got it. I got it all worked out. I got it all put on. I think we're good to go. I wasn't too sure about the chain, riveting the chain back. I think I did it right. I think I pressed it on all the way. It's just, I don't know, it's a little different. I gotta have my rear wheel looked at. It's leaking air, it won't hold air. I'm like, you know. But yeah, she's up and running. She's running good. I'm happy to have her back. And like I said before, it's by no means this is KTM's fault. They were going to warrant the work. They did warrant the work. And they were covering the parts, all the parts that I replaced basically. Who's got time to wait that damn long? I don't have time to wait that damn long. It's funny how as soon as I write a review and pull my bike out of there, he wants to help me. What's up with my bike? A day later, they'll text me and say, oh, we're waiting on KTM. They ain't waiting on KTM. And I get it. They can't make their money, you know, on that part because a different company has the part. I get it, but you should ask me what I want to do. That ain't customer service. But it's a joke. And I ain't taking my bike back there. I don't know, I'm super stoked to have it back. Super stoked to have it back. It feels good. It's good to be back. Good to be back. Pretty stoked to have her back. I keep riding around in the shade. I need to get out in the sun. It's cold. It's cold when you're not in the sun. It's 59 degrees here in Vegas though right now. Probably even warmer in the sun. And like I got a lot of parts that I ordered that like I haven't been able to put on here. So I've been waiting to put parts on. But right now, I just want to ride it. Yeah, super happy, super stoked. I'm gonna make it my own, put some parts on, get my rear wheel worked out so it's not leaking. Then I'm gonna start taking some trips. I don't know, I don't want to go too far because it's winter time. I go to Death Valley and stuff, but it's pretty cold at night to be camping. How cold it's getting, how much camping I'll do, but I'll run to Death Valley. Like to go to Cabo. Like to run Cabo for Christmas. Go south with the rest of the birds. Can't put into words how happy I am to have this bike back. If you want to see more 790 content, go ahead and subscribe. I'll be rolling out all kinds of 790 content, and I'll be doing a lot of gear and stuff. Well, I hope you liked the video. Super stoked to have this baby back. I appreciate all the support I've been getting. You guys are awesome. And see you on the next one.